Hello and namaste, beautiful and healthy people. I welcome you all to podcast with Dipali, the Poddeep. So, before starting today's episode, I really want to thank each one of you for showering so much of love in my first video. That gave me a lot of motivation to work even more harder to make you worth watching and listening to my podcast. I know it takes so much of your time and efforts to listen to the videos, the podcast, but I want that the time which you are investing should be worth, and the message which I want to convey from each video or podcast is conveyed successfully to you. So just feel free to share your views, the feedback with me about anything. If you are finding any mistakes or error, then please let me know, because I am a human being too and it's okay to do mistakes and we should learn to forgive everyone. We will be making the podcast on forgiveness too, where we'll be talking about this only. But before that, coming back to the today's topic, which is care for the temple. And once again, I welcome you all with the open hand, open heart to podcast with Dipali, the Poddeep. And it's lovely having you here today. I'm very delighted and thankful and grateful for all of you. If you like my podcast, so do subscribe, share your invaluable feedback. And I love you all. So let's get started before further delay. There is no health without mental health, and that is the thought of the week. A lot of us in our lives to stay focused, balanced, and at our peak amid the demands of our busy schedules. Many of us regularly go to a church or temple to stay grounded and centered. I am little different. I go to a meditative state, to meditation, and that's my temple. No matter how busy I am, I always try to meditate, and that's my daily pilgrimage. The ancient Roman quoted that sound body rests in a sound mind. And I was reading that one day, and from there I started giving time. Gave us the realization that our bodies need to be treated like a temple and considered sacred if we hope to live life fully and completely. Regular meditation will not only improve your health, it will help you think more clearly, boost creativity, and manage the relentless stress that seems to dominating our days. And research has proven that meditation will not only add life to your years, it could add years to your life. Those who don't make time for meditation must eventually make time for the other mental pollution. The difference in approach to the effects of the universe on the body and mind of an ordinary individual and of one who is self-realized. First of all, one who is not aware of the nature of the self is greatly affected by the desires, fears, disappointments, miseries, and restrictions caused by the bondage with the world. The serious attachment with worldly ties is the result of ignorance. The ignorance which we are doing with ourselves. The time which we give to the world but not to ourselves. We ignore ourselves. We ignore our own time. Even celestial beings like Indra and others are disturbed by the fluctuations and threats in their lives and are unhappy. But a self-realized person reaction is supportive, as he knows the world and its activities are only an appearance, and he remains unattached with all he does, though he acts with responsibility. Another fact is that a self-realized person is in a state of bliss, a state that transits the state of what we call happiness, joy, or elation. This state of bliss is the natural state of the self. Like boiling water appears agitated but returns to its original state of calm when the heat is removed. And how the heat can be removed? We are human beings, we sometimes feel agitated, but that heat will only be removed. We will be calm only when we're going to give the time to ourselves, when we're going to give time to the meditation practice. I don't want to tell you how to meditate. This is not the purpose of this channel. I won't tell you anything. I won't tell you how to do it, what to do it. I'm not going to tell you, because there is a lot of source available on the internet, that how to do meditation, how to do visualization, how to do mantra practice. There is a lot of people out there who can help you with that. But you can also visit my Instagram page for the same. Like, I have made the meditation episodes too. But I here the today's episode purpose is that to tell you that why meditation is important, to make you self-realized, to make that agitation become calmer, not the boiler. And it's completely up to you. You make your own discoveries, you take your own source through your own experience. And it's just like parent-child relation. Parent can just show you the way, the direction. Rest you have to walk alone and make your own journey by your own name, not by imitating, but by imitating and listening to your own soul. Talk about my own experience, my own sessions, that bring something that I feel is truly priceless. Perspective after my 40 minutes of meditation, or starting my day with meditation. Any challenges, hurdles, struggles I might be struggling with seem smaller. Any worries I have become trivial. I find myself living fully in the present moment. The meditation is like a temple that reminds me that life's greatest pleasure are often life's simplest ones. And this is my 4 years experience of the meditation. But I'm still in the learning stage and will always be in the one, because I feel that you never stop learning, and there is a lot every day. I innovate and get to know about my own state. Every day is going to tell you about something new about yourself. You're going to invent or going to know something different about yourself. And it's something, a great experience which I am experiencing every day, each day. And if you're going to start this practice every day, you are also going to experience the same thing. Meditation and solitude is something different. I got a lot of DMs about the same, that what is the difference between the two. I am going to make a different podcast on the same, like what is a solitude is, and how solitude helps, and how meditation helps. They both are different thing, but you can start with the solitude, and then you can eventually go to the state of meditation, wherein you feel that calmness, that joy in doing everything. So I'm going to tell you something about the solitude and more about the meditation in the next episode. I recognize that there is always a room to rise, there is always more to learn and more to give. So keep learning always. And from these episodes, I get to recognize one more thing, that you need not to own anything in order to serve. You can serve by any means. And I feel that we are the nature, and if we look at and observe nature carefully, nature is always serving. The sun provides heat and light, trees gives oxygen and shade, water quenches our thirst, and we can, and even everyone, we can see that everything in nature is serving. So the Srimad Bhagavatam also says that look at these fortunate trees, they lie solely for the benefit of others. They tolerate wind, rain, heat and snow, but still provide shelter for our benefit, for every one of us. So the only way to be one with nature is to serve. So keep serving people, keep helping people, and keep being with everyone whenever they need you. And that is what I really want, and that is what meditation has taught me. The serving, the service is already inside us, but you get that realization when you go in the meditative state, because we all are here for the purpose, and every breath we are just inhaling is all God gifted. We don't know that the next breath is going to be there for us or not. So yeah, that is what meditation has taught me. This was my own experience. I'm very grateful that you have listened to me with such love and silence. And now to end, I bow down to the divine that dwells in all of you. Please accept my pranayams, my offering of respect. See you in the next episode. Till then, take care. Namaste.